and please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Yasmin Plews, co-founder of Take the Knee Sheffield.
And I'm Horobin. I am the treasurer of Take the Knee Sheffield.
Thanks so much for joining us on African Voices platform. You are going to be hosting the first ever Take the Knee protest in Sheffield this week. Could you tell us about it and what brought it about?
Sure, absolutely. So on Wednesday, the 25th of May, will be the second year anniversary of the death of George Floyd. We will be honouring the life of George Floyd by taking a knee for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, which is the time it took for the policeman to kill George Floyd, that we all saw worldwide on the video. We were doing that at Devonshire Green. We're meeting at 5:30, we're leaving at 6 o'clock, and we will all be doing that as a safe space for everyone to come and be anti-racist allies, and so we would love for many people to come to us.
Right. And Joe, why was this important to be done in Sheffield as well? How can people relate to it and why should people come?
Yeah, I think 2 years ago was a very particular moment in time in the middle of the pandemic, and I was struck by the sense of people coming together and united in their anger, and the sense of enough, and the sense of it being time to take action. And I think my commitment is to that action remaining an action into the future and not a pandemic distraction. And actually, this is something that I feel really strongly about, my children feel strongly about, and which I think we all have to come together and take a stand on and keep remembering and keeping the consciousness.
Thank you. Now, Yasmin, this is something that we can draw parallels with in the United Kingdom itself, specifically, especially around the police relationship with populations of colour in the United Kingdom. Where do you see this campaign going beyond the protest, the demonstration on Wednesday?
Well, I think the demonstration on Wednesday is to collaborate our anti-racist allies towards something that will then strengthen our ideas towards our own police and the horrendous news stories we hear about the recent child who lost his finger from racist bullies in Wales. Child Q, who was horrendously racially abused by the police and allowed to do so systemically by the school. And these things are sat on for a long time before we actually get to hear about them, and it's absolutely disgusting. And we actually really understand that this is something going on under our own noses to our children, and we all have to be up in arms. We all have to actually understand that if you are not part of the struggle, then you actually don't understand how hard this is for all of our communities. This is creating such destruction, and I think obviously George Floyd was in America, but this is a very British problem, and absolutely we need to get together, and we need to gain momentum and not just forget about it, and not just say it was about lockdown, as Joe said, and George Floyd 2 years ago. This really needs to go into schools and workshop, into work, and actually understand in terms of the culture, in terms of our racist culture, which we do have. And a lot of young people are coming together, and they're understanding a lot more than their parents how important it is to keep protesting and keep going and keep our voices heard.
Thank you. So as I'm talking to both of you, we're here for the Race Equality Commission's recommendations. The report itself is not out, but we'll be listening to recommendations today. What are you hoping to hear? What are you looking forward to hearing, and what do you think should be in it?
Well, I for one want to see some actual realistic change. I actually want to have lived experiences of people of colour and minority ethnic experiences listened to and understood, and for the policy change to actually kind of be followed through and not just boxes ticked. I really need to see something in the way of that something is definitely going to change for our communities and our children.
And Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a moment to listen. And I work for the Sheffield City Council, and this is a sobering moment for us to listen to the voices that have spoken and been given a platform to speak, where ordinarily they might not have a platform, they would not be asked and encouraged to speak. It is an opportunity for us to listen, but more importantly, thereafter to demonstrate that the system, people of Sheffield, people that enable communities in Sheffield, that support communities in Sheffield, that should support communities in Sheffield better, that we are listening, and that what we hear from the Commission